rolling. It's actually the shortest my hair's ever been in front of the camera, so yeah, kind of like a monkey. Yo, what's today, my guys? It's BigRIZz, and as you may know, I'm a pro gamer. Being a pro gamer, it's not enough. Okay, when you're grinding out in the trenches with the mandem, you need to make sure that you're doing the right things and you have the right equipment to become a clutch machine. And that's where headsets come into play. With the launch of the PlayStation 5, Sony came out with a new form of surround sound audio technology. I've been a fan of Sony headphones for a while. I've used this headphone since forever. These are the WH-1000X M3s. This is for more like casual listening. I also use these headphones to edit and just listen to music. And then when I want something a bit more in it, these are the WF-1000X M3s. Again, active noise cancelling, some of the best in the game, and also some of the best sounding headphones you can get. Something I've been looking for since November was the Pulse 3D headset. This is the headset that actually dropped when the PS5 dropped. I actually found it a lot easier to get that than it was to get this. And this is the first wireless headset to actually take advantage of the Tempest 3D audio. Alright, before we take a look at the inside, let's have a look at the box. So, as you can see, it has a very kind of strange looking design of the headphones, but we will get into that in a little bit later. Turning the box on its side, you'll see that it says compatible for PS5 as well as PS4 and PSVR. Although bear in mind that if you are using it for the PS4, then the surround sound features, all that Tempest 3D stuff, will not work. If we look at the information on the back, you'll see that it actually says it has two microphones hidden within the headset, so there's nothing protruding out, and I'm assuming one of those microphones is used for noise cancelling and the other one is used for actually picking up your voice. And like with the controller and everything else, it has a built-in battery, so no surprises there. And like with the Platinum controller, it has easy access controls. All the buttons and rockers are just on the side of the headset. You do still get the option of having a 3.5mm headphone jack, which will allow you to plug the headset into the bottom of a DualSense controller, allowing you to draw power from the controller in case you run out of battery of the headset and you can't charge it whilst you're using it for whatever reason. You do get that option. In order to use wireless, you get this 2.5 gigahertz USB wireless adapter, and I'll explain to you why this was used over other methods. Inside the box, you'll see the usual legal information, warranty information paperwork that I will definitely read. The headset takes up most of the box capacity, obviously, and it's kind of hard to take out for some reason. There we go. Inside the box also we've got some essential accessories such as a USB-C charger, and I'm so glad that this has finally become the standard on practically every electronic device. There's one on the DualShock controller, and yeah, it's just great. A couple last bits inside the box before we end this unboxing. So we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack, and probably the last most important accessory is the 2.5 gigahertz wireless adapter. This is actually used over Bluetooth simply because it is low latency, instant pairing, and essentially you'll get rid of all those other issues that you would normally get with Bluetooth headsets. Bluetooth is great for listening to music, but when you're watching a video or especially playing games, you want to make sure that there is absolutely as little latency as possible. Okay, that's it for the unboxing. That's pretty much everything. Now let's actually look at the headset's design and find out exactly how great these actually are, if they're actually worth the $89.99 price tag. The headphones show a very futuristic-ish design, or the same futuristic design as the PlayStation 5 as well as the DualShock 5. It has the same colorway, that little off-white but very bright bone sort of color with the black accents, and I actually really like this colorway. The first thing I noticed straight away was the sort of like stem that sort of tapers off and curves around into the ear cup. At first I thought this was how you would be able to adjust the headset, much like the Bose ANC 700s with that sort of outer adjustment thing. I was completely wrong. In fact, the headset does not flex or fold or anything. It is still very durable though. In fact, let me just show you. And I have no... Look, there we go, see? No one's head is ever going to do this. So this thing actually really is fairly durable. So 10 out of 10 for quality. Personally, for me, I would say comfortability is as important for a headphone, any sort of headphone, as much as sound quality is important. And for these, Even my massive head, it fits so comfortably. The adjustable strap just sits on my head perfectly, and the ear cups completely engulf around my ear. I have no issues with the 600 gram weight on the headset. I barely know it's on. It's really good. It just sits on my head, and I can listen on max volume for hours and hours on end, and I have no fatigue, no strain. It's really good. The ear cups are really cool too. Does a really good job at sitting around your ear, more like on your ear. So when you're listening for long periods, you're not feeling like your ears are being squashed. That is helped by the slope inside the ear cup that allows your ear to sit inside the headset, and it contours to the shape of your ear. So that's really cool. It also does a really good job at passively noise cancelling things around you, even when the headset is off. So that's really good. Match that with the active noise cancellation of the headset, you're going to feel completely isolated into your environment, and you're going to be completely immersed in what you're doing. Another cool thing to note is that the X, triangle, squares, and circle from the inside of the PlayStation 5, as well as the underside of the DualShock 5, is also present here along the outer portion of the headband. This is one of my favorite design features from the PS5 all the way from the beginning, and I really like how all the current accessories that launch with the PlayStation 5 share this design signature. So, the other most important, and arguably the most important thing when it comes to buying a headset or any form of headphones, is the sound quality. How do these sound? Now, the main selling point of the Pulse 3D is that it supports the new fancy 3D audio mode that I've been told apparently doesn't work when plugged in through the 3.5mm headphone jack, although when testing on both compatible and non-compatible games, I could notice the difference between the two. When using the headset in wireless mode, all of the controls from volume, voice chat balance, and even muting are all done from the buttons and switches on the left ear cup instead of controlling it through the UI of the PlayStation. Which I thought would have been cool if there was like a little ecosystem within the first party accessories, but meh. There is a switch labeled monitor which activates an ambient sound mode which passes through all the audio going in through the headset, and then you get to hear it through the headphones, which is pretty cool if you don't want to be completely isolated within the noise cancellation of these headphones. The noise cancelling, by the way, is really good. I mean, there's no surprise. Sony have had the best noise cancelling in their headphones since forever. When plugged in, you would control the volume, the voice chat, muting through the actual PlayStation UI, much like with any sort of wired headset. I think it surprises no one when I say these headphones actually sound phenomenal. The EQ of the headset is really good. I'm able to hear different frequencies and different sort of sounds coming through the game. I would say that although the bass isn't as punchy, the surround sound is unlike any sort of headset that I've used prior to these headsets. And that's just simply off the fact that I'm able to hear things vertically, whereas in prior iterations I could only hear horizontal activity. This is something that's shown off excellently in Spider-Man Miles Morales. When I'm swinging through New York City in the game, I can actually hear cars go past beneath me and hear the chatter of people, almost as if I'm actually really there. And something that's really cool was when I perched myself onto this lamppost, I was able to close my eyes and mentally map out where everything was, from cars to people, and it was actually really cool. I would say when you're playing a bit more of a competitive game like Call of Duty, any sort of headphone will make it more beneficial, as you can hear when enemies are coming from the left or the right. But I would say that with the 3D audio, like with any sort of immersion aiding gimmick like the adaptive triggers or whatever, right? I would say that turning on 3D audio would actually put you at a bit of a disadvantage, as although the sound of where the enemies are going to be a lot more natural and a bit more precise, I would say the more unnatural and more obvious left and right channel from turning off 3D audio would make would put you more at an advantage than turning 3D audio on. It's very easy, just go into the audio settings and turn it off. You're not missing out. When you are playing a game that's a little less competitive, turn off. However, one thing that allows the 3D audio, and even just the headphones in general, even when the 3D audio is turned off, you can actually hear when the ops them are coming from above you or below you, and that makes it really crack. Like it's really cool, especially if you have like, if the enemy has ninja, they think that you can't hear them, you can still hear them, and it makes it way more better. Okay, so to wrap up basically what I've said so far, this video took a long time to make, but it's my first review, so just bear with me for a minute. These headphones are really good. In terms of a first party accessory and the first of the first party accessories to come out with the PS5, I think they did a very good job. No surprise there, Sony's been making good audio equipment since before any of us were even born. But overall, I would give the design like a solid like 8.5 out of 10. I really do like the aesthetic. It's one of the more attractive accessories to come out with the PlayStation 5, and I feel like the way that it matches with the aesthetic of the other PlayStation accessories and also the PlayStation 5 in itself is really good. It was very controversial because of the whole uh out of out of place design, but I kind of like it. The whole console of tomorrow thing is, I like it. It's pretty cool. In terms of sound, and do bear with me here, 3D audio is still in its very early stages. Only like a couple of games support it, like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Demon Souls, and a PlayStation 4 game. So Ghost of Tsushima supports it now. Um, when that was never made to support 3D audio. So for that, I would give the sound quality like a decent 7.5. I do think 3D audio is going to get a lot better over time, but it's probably one of those things that are only going to get the full potential out of it. Much like with the adaptive triggers in PlayStation 5 exclusive games. That being said, Sony does make a lot of really good AAA first party titles, which is probably why most people even get a PlayStation nowadays. So I don't think there's a complaint or like a worry that, oh, it's only going to be in the Sony exclusives, because most of the Sony exclusives are pretty good anyway. The noise cancelling is no surprise really good. The fact that I get a similar form of noise cancelling experience with this £80 headphone than with these £330 headphones. Sony have no issue making great sounding headphones, especially in the noise cancelling department with any sort of price range, whether it's for like commercial use or gaming use or expensive or really not expensive. Oh, one thing I would say is also kind of bad is the microphone quality. So like I said, it's the microphone is recessed somewhere over here, and it doesn't sound great like at all. Bear in mind, it's not like the Razer headsets that have some sort of shotgun mic, or I don't know what they're called when they stick out of the headset. It's really recessed, it's really incognito, but with that, you're going to get a very bad and very sensitive microphone that can sometimes echo at louder volumes. That being said, though, I will say that overall, I give these headphones like altogether like a solid 7 or like 7.5 out of 10. Um, I know they're probably going to make another one, a more premium version. It's probably just like a startup one. But if you are in the market for a headset for a PlayStation 5, even if you don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, these are still really good. It's good for future proofing. I wouldn't say get one of the PlayStation 4 ones if you are planning on getting a PlayStation 5 one in the future. I've listened to music in them. They even work with PCs. They're really good. The 2.5 gigahertz jack allows for like a completely seamless experience with no drops, no disconnections, and no stuttering. But yeah, in a bit, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, support Big Briz, and yeah, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, in a bit, guys.